having a beautiful, joy-filled day. If you need a reason, because if you're watching this live, there's breath in your body and there's always hope. So, I'm here today, to talk to you about confidence and what I learned about confidence as a fat little roly-poly kid. Yep, fat. Here's the thing. I would use the word fat, but if I'm truthful, looking back, I was chubby, okay? I've experienced chubby my whole life. Those of you watching over the last couple of years, you've seen a sort of transformation in my body. I've taken control of it. I've decided that how I move it, how I use it, what I put into it is completely up to me. And so I've gotten that piece of power, personal power. So what I learned as a little roly-poly kid all the way up through high school was this. There's always going to be a reason to see myself as different. I didn't have traditional background as far as parents go. My mother was severely mentally ill, came home from school to many suicide attempts. My father, I love my father. He hasn't had a drink in 38 years, but he was a raging alcoholic back in the day. I had a brother who was sickly, and I was always told that I was the good child because I never gave anybody any problems. I always kept quiet. I never caused a problem. Well, that was easy to do when you had a brother who was sickly and always had a problem. So I don't know that I take any credit for that. But the message that I heard was, you don't give us any trouble. You're quiet. And as long as you be quiet, you won't give people any problems. The trouble I have with that is, or had with that was, who was going to notice me? I was never noticed unless it was being bullied. Unless there was somebody picking on me that was making other people pick on me. And it became this cycle. And so I thought, I can really feel depressed about this. Now, this is me being 11, 12 years old. And I could think I could be depressed about this. I don't think I used the word depressed, but sad. or, and this is the truth, I could figure out how to make people be happy with me. I swear to God, 12, 13 years old, I was already thinking, if I don't want to be sad, and other people picking on me makes me sad, maybe they're picking on me because they're sad too. Now, again, very elementary terms because I was 11, 12, 13 years old. And so as a result of that, I developed this kick-ass fucking sense of humor. I have a raging personality. I am filled to the gill with funny shit. I can look at life and I can take the saddest of sads with respect in my heart, and I can see the funny in it. Now, I don't mean if somebody's struggling, I'm going to go laugh at them. I certainly don't mean that. What I do mean is I can see the upside to it. I can see how there can be joy in this situation if we can lighten up about it. Now, every situation is different, but remember, we're going back to when I was 11, 12, 13 years old. And so I learned very quickly as a little fat kid that if I could get people to, hear me say this, laugh with me and not at me, I'd have it made. Now, fortunately, we're all born with natural gifts and personality, oozing compassion, oozing love, oozing funny, witty, quick has always been my skill set. Now, when you're 11, you don't quite know what to do with that, but out of pain is born success. And so I will tell you, I had nicknames that were given to me from the bullies. I would go into gym class mortified because, let's be honest, there was no way I was hiking this fucking body up over the horse in gymnastics to vault. Who the hell ever thought that was a good thing for kids to build them up is fucked up, okay? So I began to laugh at myself. Now, was it the best thing to do? I don't know. I was 12. But I do know that it made me feel better. And I do know that it made everyone around me feel better. And guess what? Pretty soon, they forgot that they were picking on me. So here's what I know now at 57. What I was doing, literally, was interrupting their thought process. They had a thought that they were going to pick on me. They had this all built up, and they were just going to give it to me. Now, not consciously, but this is how our life works. We have a thought process, right? And maybe the thought process is, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough, right? Raise your hand. Can you relate? What's your thought process around your self-worth? What's your thought process around your natural abilities? What's your self-process around your physicality? We all have it. For now, forget where it comes from, but have it. And so this thought process that they were having was, ha ha ha, let's make fun of the little roly-poly kid, right? So the little roly-poly kid at age 11, 12, 13 didn't know the technical name for it, but what she did was interrupt their pattern of thought and therefore took them down a new road. Now, I'm not saying this was woohoo magic and all of a sudden everything was hunky-dory for me. No, I think we're all bullied on some level. But what I will tell you is this. Those same kids that were bullying me, making me feel uncomfortable, soon became the kids that I would hang out with. Now, on a further note, I didn't belong to a clique. I was too fat to be a cheerleader. I was too unmotivated. I was too depressed. My life was such that there wasn't any sense of continuity. I was pushed around, drug around from place to place. So I didn't bond with people. I didn't get to have the friendships that some people to this day have. I didn't get any of that. But I knew in my heart of hearts that I could relate to anybody in any group. And so I was friends with the cheerleaders, with the jocks, with the nerds, with what we called in the day the potheads. I could fit in anywhere. I could assimilate into any of their worlds. And I did it confidently with the knowing that I was funny as shit. That was something that took me from an awkward, fat, self-loathing kid into a confident as one can be at 16, 17, 18-year-old, where I could assimilate into worlds that I would never know the inner sanctum of. Now imagine this. It's 30 years later. It's 40 years later, right? I'm still kick ass when it comes to making people laugh. I'm funny as shit. I got a quick wit. I got solutions. I can do it. I know naturally who I am. I know my strength. And one of the things I'm teaching, are you ready? Is how to be confident no matter what the fuck is going on in your head right now. Because these are patterns of behavior. These are thoughts. Thoughts are wavelengths. If you're thinking something and I do what I did with the bullies and I interrupt that and I get you on a different course, we train you and you become to see life from a new pathway. No shit. This works. So, why am I telling you this? Because if I can do it, you can do it. And I want you to understand something. This is the crux. This is the core of what Connect 2.0 is teaching. Yes, you're going to communicate with spirit. Yes, you're going to hear from deceased Grandpa Joe. Yes, you're going to hear your higher self. Yes, the angels are going to appear. But guess what? That shit is happening right now. You're just not confident enough to believe it. So imagine getting into Connect 2.0 and understanding what your natural strength is, understanding how to break your badass patterns. That shit's just gonna flow. It's fucking mind-blowing. So, there it is. That's me. That's raw, in a nutshell, who I am. I don't mince words. I don't fuck around. I don't have time to waste. I am a passionate woman who knows that where I am, you can be on your own terms. No shit. I take developing human potential very seriously. If you're somebody that's going to wimp and whine and you want to stay there, fuck it, stay there. But you're going to keep getting the same results that you've always gotten. If you're ready to kick it up a notch, if you're ready to kick yourself in the ass in a loving way, get on the wait list for Connect 2.0. No shit. It is, I'm going to say this to you, and I mean this. Nobody is teaching spiritual development and human potential development. Nobody. I am taking the whole human and I am developing that person in their mind, and then I am marrying it with spiritual development. I have had such an epiphany the last year. So, the wait list for Connect 2.0 is going to be in the comments. And those of you in Connect, it's going to be different than anything you've known. So, hold on. It's going to be a fucking wild ride. Yes, I say the F word.